It's always important for a photographer to be in focus. Nowadays, you can be in focus doing good work. We'll have more. Hello, thanks for watching. Wordnet comes to you on the internet and other mediums. I'm glad you're here today. I'm Jack Knight, your host, and I'm very pleased to welcome a lovely young lady who is in focus. She is Aileen Muñoz, and she works for a group, strangely enough, called Focus, F-O-C-U-S. So nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now tell us all, what the heck is Focus?
Yeah, so Focus stands for the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. And really they send missionaries to college campuses to invite college students into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and the Church, and really inspiring them and equipping them for a lifetime of Christ-centered evangelization.
Well, would any of these missionaries, can we call them missionaries?
Yeah, they're missionaries.
Want to be like St. Patrick, Junipero Serra, St. Isaac Jogues, St. Ignatius, or are they just looking out to advance the word, belief in Christ?
Definitely striving for sainthood. So do follow a lot of the saints' examples, but also, yeah, really striving to reach the young people in such a crucial time in a young person's life. So
you're looking at to recruit 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, a very small demographic, and how do you go about it?
yeah, so we really believe that the college campus is such just a crucial point in a young person's life. You know, it's a time of a lot of growth, but also a lot of challenges as a young person is really aspiring to come to know their beliefs and grow their character. And a lot of times they come to question, yeah, like, who am I? Who do I want to be? What am I called to do and pursue? And it's very easy to get distracted and carried away with the college culture.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I was a member of the Newman Club at my undergraduate university. And the good thing about that was that they had free cake at the end of the meetings. So that was one of the draws. The other would be that it became a social event, but more importantly, it kept us close to values that we learned at home.
Right.
Being in church, we'd go to Mass at the same church at the same time, pretty much. And my recollection, what is that word? Recollection of that was that it was an important part of college life, because there's so many things that can pull you away from the values that you have when you have your family around you.
Right, and so that's really what the missionaries do, is they get involved in the Catholic communities on the college campuses and, yeah, reach out to students in a way where they just show them that they desire to enter into their lives and meet them where they're at and really walk with them towards the truth of the identity that they were created for and the relationship that we were all created for to live out of. And so, yeah, you know, in college, our future leaders in our society and in our church are being built and formed. And we really believe that it's just so important to be able to bring light and truth into the life of these students.
Now, I imagine it would be easier to do that in a Catholic university, although there are movements within education now that is being suppressed in places. Do you get involved in secular universities as well?
Yeah, definitely. We're actually on over 164 campuses all over the US, 8 parishes, and we've even expanded to Europe now. So yeah, you'd be surprised how many actually public universities have a Newman Center and a Catholic community established. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's so awesome for the missionaries to come in and be able to be a part in that, especially within those campuses that have such a strong college culture, where, like we were mentioning, students easily get lost from that foundation that they had at home. So yeah, definitely I myself graduated from the University of California in Irvine, and so it's a public university, and we had focus on our campus involved with our Catholic community there.
What was the draw for you?
So I was involved in my parish back home in high school, and my youth minister told me about Focus and said to look out for them when I went to college because they were at UCI. And so I did that and met a missionary, and she, yeah, just the moment I met her, had so much joy and freedom in the way that she encountered not only myself, but really all the students that she reached out to. And yeah, it really felt just this greater desire to learn more about my faith and what it meant to me. And she really walked with me and met me where I was, and that's really how my journey in getting involved began.
I would imagine that your parents, both Hispanic from South America, Central America, that Catholic, and that you got a solid base of Catholicism?
Definitely, yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, very grateful that I had a very strong foundation, really from the beginning. My parents are very involved in the faith, and yeah, did a great job at instilling that foundation for me. So my faith was always an important part of my life, and I knew that I wanted to continue growing in it. It was just a matter of making it more my own, because I didn't have a relationship with the Lord and didn't know how to live that out on a more personal level.
Ever thoughts of joining a convent?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah. I think the more that I grew in my faith, especially the past 2 years, growing a lot in my personal intimacy with the Lord, the thought has definitely come up, and I've definitely been asked that. And I think I'm really growing on a greater openness to, yeah, just desire His will. And if that is His will, then yeah.
Well, I would think that if I were going to be a missionary, personally, that I would have an advantage, because I've been an actor all my life. Talking is like second nature, and even making up stuff, or ad-libbing, or being able to join in a conversation, being knowledgeable and so forth. How do you feel about your ability to do that? And where does it come from?
My ability to be able to share.
To talk and share,
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah, yeah. I think the more that I've come to, yeah, make my relationship with the Lord my own, and really see Him at work too in the people that He's allowed me to walk with, and to also share my faith with. My conviction and my desire to make Him known and share what I have experienced and come to know has just grown so much. And so I think think back to my first year in college, when I was afraid to even share with my roommates more specifics on my faith and how they were also created for this relationship, to now how much I've grown in being able to share even with them, because it's become all of who I am, really, and my deepest identity. And so I think He's definitely given me a greater confidence in that, to just have a greater desire to speak truth to others.
Can you think of a time in your life when you just clicked, like St. Paul being hit by lightning and falling off his horse? A life-changing experience? Anything that happened to you that you say, I'll think about this?
Yeah, in terms of like my encounter,
Yeah.
So definitely when I went to one of Focus's national conferences, because we host national conferences at the beginning of every year, where college students from all the campuses that we're serving at, and even students who aren't come together. So there's over 17,000 students that congregate to come to encounter the Lord. And this is the conference that I went to. It's called Seek. And at that conference, it was midway through my first year of college, and I came in with a lot of questions and definitely knowing that my identity was in all these other places, in my friendships, my relationships, my academics, and really questioning, okay, yeah, how do you want to speak into this, Lord? How, like, what do you actually want from me, and how can I actually come to know you? In that week, just in not only the different talks, but specifically an encounter in the Eucharist during adoration, because they always have such a powerful night of adoration where they're able to bring the monstrance around the whole room. So it's very powerful. And yeah, during that time, I just remember for once just feeling just this abundant love and mercy. And I remember thinking, I can't keep living the way that I am. Like, I need to involve him to be more the center of everything that I do. And things are going to change, and it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be a continual striving, but I know that that's where I'll be most fulfilled and joyful, and that's what I most desire.
I do recall being in the Church of Our Lady in Munich on Corpus Christi in 1961. We got there after watching the usual annual parade of guildsmen in their regalia, altar boys, candles, crosses, just spectacular parade. So I got to the cathedral and it was jammed. There were rows and rows of people just trying to, so I muscled my way and I finally got into the church just at the time that the priest was raising the host. And I didn't know it, but there was an orchestra behind the altar. Now, usually during the Mass, an altar boy would ring little bells.
Right.
The orchestra went, bada-boom, bada-boom, bada-boom. I had goose pimples about this high.
I can imagine.
It was really a life-changing thing. I was traveling a bunch of mostly Catholic actors, and we'd been in Germany a couple of weeks. And of all the times and all the places I've traveled, that one moment sort of fortified what, I should be thinking about and doing. When you graduated from college just a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, just
by way of TV, didn't get a
virtual.
chance to walk and throw your cap or anything like that?
Yeah, virtual graduation. So right now, when you say yes to Focus, you say yes to at least 2 years of fully being able to give of yourself to the campus that they assign to. So I did graduate from UCI with a bachelor's in business administration and a minor in psychology. So for 2 years, though, I will be serving at San Diego State University as a full-time missionary. And then after that, we will see where the Lord leads. But I do hope to, in the future, pursue a master's either in counseling or theology.
Your commitment is really strong. Stay with us, won't you? We'll come back with Aileen in just a few seconds.
Do you want to fall in love with God? I'm sure we all want to. The book of Psalms contains the directions. Thousands of years ago, people like you and me talked to God out of the depths of their hearts, revealing an intimate love. Psalms are the expression of the faith in God by people around 3,000 years ago. God was not a mere abstract creator, but was present, involved, and a real person of power and emotions. Now, when we read or listen to the Psalms, we can know the intensity of this love. Entering into the influence of the Psalms, we can find a path to know and love God. To know more about the Psalms, you should get a copy of Father Mike Manning's booklet, The Psalms. It will help you to understand the 150 Psalms better as he has categorized them. He uses the technique of acts: adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, and supplication. Get your copy today and know the categories. Learn to pray with the Psalms.
Call the number on the screen or email us. You can also get it through our website. Get your copy today.
Glad to have you back. Thanks for watching. We're back with Aileen Muñoz, who is working with Focus. Focus is a youth, if you call that, college kids ministry, and she will be working in the next couple of years on a college campus and helping to give people the momentum to be missionaries themselves. So, where do you think you're going to be stationed?
So I got assigned to San Diego State University
Right.
in the fall. Yeah.
And when will you start?
I will start, so when campus starts in mid-August is when we'll be starting to work full-time with the students. But I'm undergoing one more month of training with my team.
Tell me about your team and what you have done so far to prepare you for your assignment.
Yes, so every campus that has missionaries are sent with a team of fellow missionaries to all work together to reach the students. So I have a team, 2 other male teammates and a female teammate. And we had 2 weeks of training about 4.5 weeks ago, just to, be able to lay more foundation of the vision and some things that we want to do this upcoming year on the campuses. And then these past 3 weeks, we've been working on just meeting with people and sharing the mission with them and inviting them into mission with us, and definitely praying a lot together as a team and being able to support each other through that. And then come mid-July, we will be together in San Diego to finish our last month of training.
Tell me how you get the word out. Did you put up a poster in the rec hall, or how did that work?
Yeah, so usually we involve ourselves with the Catholic community that is already on campus, and they are already aware that the missionaries are on that campus. And so we're able to work with the campus chaplain and also the campus minister and student leaders already involved on the campus to, for them to be able to introduce us to other students. We also do a lot of outreach in different involvement fairs and such to be able to meet students who maybe didn't even know there was a Catholic community on campus, and invite them into Bible studies. So that's one of our primary roles as a missionary, is to lead Bible studies for students. And from those Bible studies, invest deeply in a few students and equip them with what they need to be leaders on their campus, to then be able to do the same for their peers and their friends on campus, who can then do the same for others. And it's really this vision of being able to deeply invest in a few who will invest in a few. And that way we really believe we can reach not only the college campus, but the world, as these students, when they graduate, are able to go into their work fields or wherever the Lord calls them and continue this moving
Have you
forward.
heard in your experience or from other people that non-Catholics have become interested in this?
Yeah, actually, I have a really close friend of mine who wasn't Catholic, not even practicing any form of religion. She had heard of the Catholic faith from a friend who I guess had kind of sparked her interest in that. And when she came to college, was walking in an involvement fair, and a missionary just came up to her and was like, "Hi, like, would you be interested in joining a Bible study?" And she was like, "I'm not really Catholic, I'm not really involved in anything." She's like, "That's okay," and ended up going to Bible study just because she felt so welcomed and received well. And from that, the Lord really pursued her heart and spoke truth, and she ended up entering the church that year. So there's definitely a lot of stories like that where...
Yeah, not exactly like Thomas and Andrew and Paul and Luke walking around with no sandals in the hot sun. But that's when you hear a story like that, that is really encouraging.
Yeah.
And this is going to be multiplied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, what about housing? And what about, you got to eat? How do you manage that?
Yeah, so we live close to campus. Every missionary usually has like a missionary home that the missionaries that come to that campus move into. And it's always super close to campus so that students are still able to, we're still able to like be close to the students. And yeah, we provide for ourselves in terms of
I see.
meals and
Well,
such.
do the universities provide space for you to work in?
No. So we're involved a lot with the campus ministry and such, but not directly with the university.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you ever get pressure from universities about, look, what are you doing here?
I haven't heard of any like that, experiences like that. Again, because usually the bishop from each diocese in which the school is located is the one that invites us, and we are doing everything with the campus ministry. We have a few campuses internationally, and we're all over the U.S. right now, over 164 campuses. We do have mission trips too, though, that we do send students to do mission work internationally in over 50 countries. We work with established organizations within those countries. Yeah, work closely with them so that they really connect us with the community, and we're able to really enter into that community and embrace their culture and their dignity, and meet them where they're at, and really see their spiritual and physical poverty of the poor in that community, and really just be able to give of ourselves in that. And really hoping that in taking the college students to encounter these life-changing experiences, they're able to be built up to come back to their own communities and address the spiritual and physical poverty in their own communities as well. I actually went to Peru on a mission trip.
Really?
With Focus. Yeah, a year ago in the spring. It was a medical mission, and we were able to provide health care for a lot of the people in a specific city called Pamplona.
Pamplona?
They didn't have.
Not the Spanish Pamplona with the running of the bulls.
No, but yeah, it was very life-changing experience where I was able to see, just the need in a different place, but also how I could bring that back to my own community too, and be more open to serve my own community as well.
If you had your druthers with those foreign places, where would you go?
The foreign places, like
Yeah.
to do like on a mission trip,
Yeah.
or actually you mentioned Nicaragua. I would love to go on a mission trip to Nicaragua.
Do you have relatives there?
Yeah, I do. My mom's from there, so definitely have heard about the need there. So it would be really cool. I actually do hope to be able to lead a mission trip, probably my second year. But yeah, so it's just a matter of seeing where the Lord will lead with that. I definitely have loved being able to be a student leader on my campus at UCI, and through that the Lord has really given me a greater desire to obviously now do it full time. And so yeah, I love working with young people and leading them towards the truth of their worth and their identity, and would love to do that.
Well, you're very charming. And how many people on your team again?
3 others.
And how do you split up the work?
Yeah, so obviously my male teammates will be doing a lot of outreach with the other men on campus, and my other female teammate, she's actually was in a sorority when she was in college and has worked with a lot of women in sororities and guiding them towards a relationship with Christ. So she's going to be doing a lot of outreach in that at San Diego State University, and then I'll be doing a lot of outreach with a lot of the other women too. So yeah, it's really just about like the different students that we meet and being able to delve into that.
Okay, I'm 21.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a senior.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to graduate in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm interested in focus.
Mhm.
What do I have to do?
Great. So the first thing would be to go to focus.org and see if Focus is on your campus. And if it is, there's a link and you would be able to see the missionaries that are on that campus and reach out to them, and they would love to get you involved with the community and plugged in. If your campus does not have Focus, you are still able on that same site to look for our digital campus extension, through which they do a lot of work with the campuses that don't have Focus, and being able to do the same things like leading Bible studies and investing in students, but just for those students that don't have Focus on their campus yet. Also, Focus missionaries have to raise their own salary and able to fully give of themselves. They are encouraged to be able to share this mission with others and invite them into the mission with them, to partner together and being able to bring the salvation of souls. And so another way that you could get involved, this is not if you're a 21-year-old, but just in general, another way to get involved is being able to support either a specific campus or a missionary, and join their partners, their mission partner team, through which you do mission with them and be able to receive the same blessings and graces that the students will in your own yes.
Wow. Blessings and graces.
Mm-hmm.
I wish them upon you and your team.
Thank
I
you.
want to thank you today for being with us, because you've given us an aspect of what the church is encouraging, to proselytize, to help people find their way in the way that the church wants, following Christ. I wish that if you'd seen me when I was much younger, I might have spent a couple of years. But in a sense, performers, they perform, they change lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's like art.
Definitely.
And it's in the same family. Well, one final thing to talk about. What do your parents think about this?
Yeah, I'm very blessed that my parents are very supportive, and they've, always just desired for me to do His will. And so when I was like, I want to apply to be a missionary, and then when I got an offer, I was like, I'm going to be a missionary. They were very excited for me. I think, obviously, every parent desires the best for their children, and I think it's been very great to see how supportive that they've been. Very blessed with that.
Amazing. God bless you. God bless the ministry. God bless you. Stay with us. Support Wordnet if you can, and come back.